My second sister is a lesbian. My third brother and fourth sister are pretending to be step-sibling lovers. My parents lost their minds. They tremblingly asked me, Xiaoyu, you're not hiding anything else from us, are you? My boyfriend is a blonde-haired guy. Oh. Haha. Blonde-haired guys are great. Mom and Dad love blonde-haired guys. Haha. That was until a row of luxury cars pulled up outside my home. Yichen stepped out of a Rolls-Royce in a bespoke suit. Where's the blonde-haired guy you told us about? Well, isn't that him? After Yichen left, my siblings crouched in a corner, silently weeping. If we'd known he was tall, rich, and handsome, we wouldn't have pretended to be gay or step-sibling lovers. We're a blended family. My dad had two daughters with his ex-wife. My second and fourth sisters. My mom had two sons with her ex-husband. My eldest and third brothers. I was born after they got married. My dad is mom's husband. That makes it a marriage between close relatives. And since I was their only child together, neither could bring themselves to punish the other's kids. So I became the one who got beaten all the time. That is why I've seemed to have a screw loose since childhood. When I was little, my parents got married, and I sulked for half a day because they didn't invite me. But no one cared. So I slunk off to eat. In elementary school, Mom called me lazy. I swore I'd become a cold, ruthless studying machine. I'd make them regret it. I studied for one afternoon, then realized becoming a villain was exhausting. So I gave up. All my siblings are brilliant. It is like they inherited every good gene from our parents. By the time it got to me, the positive somehow made a negative. I'd often watch them sit together and sigh. My parents once took me for an intelligence test. The results said I was intellectually disabled. My parents' blood pressure shot up when they saw it. Actually, I am not stupid. I'm just incredibly lazy. My dad is a scientist. My mom is a mathematician. My eldest brother is a famous lawyer. My second sister is a master surgeon. My third brother is a huge celebrity. My fourth sister is the chairwoman of a corporation. With resources this good already, why should I work hard? I knew from a young age that once you show even a hint of talent, you have to keep working endlessly to maintain the title of genius. But I am far too lazy. Still, seeing them miserable every day. Whenever they mention me to others, looking embarrassed yet defending me. Fine. I give them something to be proud of. I barely put in any effort. And I took first place in the entire grade. Before that, first place belonged to my deskmate, Yichen. After I stole his top spot, he stared at my name on the rankings, then looked at me in total disbelief. I took you under my wing. And you kicked me into a ditch. His expression was so wounded and furious. I took out a strawberry lollipop and set it on his desk. I won't take the next exam. Yichen snatched the candy and clenched it in his fist. His eyes blazed with fighting spirit. A fierce fire blazed in them. I accept your challenge. I stared at him blankly. What challenge? He used to be rather carefree. Like some aimless street punk. He only half listened in class, yet still ranked first every time. Teachers and students saw him as a genius. But this time, a supposed idiot like me had surpassed a genius. Unheard of. Never seen before. My classmates suspected me of cheating. They reported me to the school. A teacher took me to the office. Student Jiang Xiaoyu. Given your unexpected performance this time, some students have questioned whether your grades are genuine. Do you have anything to say for yourself? The one questioning me was the dean of students. He was a fair, plump, middle-aged man. His tone was gentle, but his words had an edge to them. I did not like that. Why should I defend myself? The dean froze for a moment, then frowned. Because a student reported you for cheating. The person making the claim should provide the evidence. Since they accused me of cheating, Dean, they should produce proof. Instead of demanding that I prove my innocence, I will not explain myself. A test at this level doesn't require cheating. If you have any questions, you can speak to my lawyer. My brother runs a law firm, anyway. Might as well put him to use. Too tired to listen to him any longer, I turned and went back to class, talking that much all at once. I was exhausted. When I returned to the classroom, I dropped onto my desk and let out a long breath. Xiaoyu, are you crying? Who bullied you? Tell me. I'll beat them up. the dean of students. That little bastard dared to bully our Xiaoyu? I'll go teach him a lesson later. That afternoon, I saw a post on the forum. A kind soul had punctured the dean's bicycle tire. The school could not produce evidence that I cheated, so they acknowledged my grades, but they still called my mom to explain what had happened. I had always been the center of my family's attention. When they heard I had ranked first, everyone dropped their work and came home that day, except my second sister. She had a surgery to perform. You cannot exactly walk away from surgery midway. My parents held my report card and examined it carefully with a magnifying glass. Then they passed it around for everyone to inspect. There were no signs the grades had been altered. Could she have cheated? That cannot be right. She is so lazy and so dumb. Could she even manage to cheat? If you ask me, she has finally wised up. I told you, there is not a single idiot in this family. My third brother's words snapped everyone present awake. Then my parents rushed me out that night for an intelligence test. The expert stared at the report, his hands trembling with excitement. This girl is a genius. Her intelligence quotient is 290, higher than Einstein's. My parents were stunned, their faces full of disbelief. But did you not say she was intellectually disabled before? Either she was pretending, or she only recently became intelligent. My parents looked at me, still utterly shocked, and asked, "Which one are you?" Without hesitation, I answered, "A third option." My parents laughed in exasperation. Well, you kept up the act for over 10 years. You can fake it better than a plastic bag can carry a load. Faced with their sarcastic digs, I chose silence. I just felt sorry for them. Had I known, I would have pretended to be an idiot forever. After we got home, Mom gently tried to talk me through it. "Xiaoyu, why did you pretend to be stupid?" Curled up on the couch, I crunched potato chips. I answered while watching television, because smart people get watched by too many people. If I am an idiot, only you have to watch me. And as long as I am an idiot, you will not make me socialize with strangers. Socializing is exhausting, too. I was too lazy even for Myers-Briggs. It has too many questions. It is only natural not to want to face so many people. Mom was smiling as she listened, but then she grabbed a slipper, ready to join Dad in giving me a 2-on-1 beating. Since I was no longer pretending, then I really would stop pretending. As the slipper was about to fly at me, I sprang off the couch. Then, copying Yichen, planted one foot on the table. With a defiant look, I declared, "Everyone, to be honest, I have a black belt in Taekwondo." My parents were stunned, then plopped back onto the couch. My third brother clicked his tongue in amazement. "Xiaoyu, when did you learn Taekwondo?" "I taught myself in my room. It keeps me fit and lets me play the hero and save a damsel in distress. It is an essential skill for home or travel." Seeing my smug little face, my eldest brother and second sister did not know whether to laugh or cry. My second sister patted my head. "Our Xiaoyu does not need to work so hard. Our family has enough money for you to squander." Hearing that, my third brother and fourth sister instantly turned cold looks on our second sister. Then my fourth sister said evenly, "Second sister, our family is full of researchers. They all burn through money. Only third brother and I earn a little money. What gives you the nerve to say that?" Then she turned to me, smiling as she said, "Xiaoyu, our family is too poor. Come learn business from me." "No, Xiaoyu is so beautiful. I said long ago that she should enter show business. You are not allowed to fight me for her." My eldest brother patted my shoulder instead and told me with a smile, "Come protect the public through the law with your eldest brother." Mom and Dad did not stay out of it either. They joined the battle to claim me, too. The family argued for a long time, until my third brother suddenly shouted, "Stop arguing. None of our opinions matter. Let's hear what Zhang Xiaoyu herself wants." The moment he said that, everyone turned to look at me. Their gazes were intensely eager. I felt like a fish on a cutting board. I gave a cheeky grin. I want something for nothing. I want to sit back and enjoy the rewards. Wishful thinking. You are dreaming. Completely unrealistic. That is absurd. But my third brother's eyes lit up. Great minds think alike. But no sooner had he said it, than everyone shot him icy looks. They looked ready to murder him with their eyes. Seeing this, my third brother instantly changed his expression. He spoke again with a grave face. What a corrupt way of thinking. The next day, I returned to school. Everyone around me looked at me strangely. See, that is how much attention a genius attracts. What a nuisance. When I got to the classroom, I calmly took my seat under everyone's gaze. I took out the sandwich from the bag on my desk and ate it. As I turned to Jiang Yichen beside me, studying with his head down, it was the first time I had seen him work so hard. I was genuinely pleased. Since he brought me breakfast every day, I decided to comfort him. You don't need to work yourself to death. There is no need to feel inferior just because you cannot beat me. After all, I am a genius. Xiaoyu, would it kill you not to brag? I narrowed my eyes and gave a wicked smile. Very well. You are the first person who has dared question me. Man, you have successfully caught my attention. With that, I reached into my desk drawer and pulled out a book. He froze when he saw the title. His mouth opened and closed, and after a long pause, he finally forced out, "You are pretty inspiring." For some reason, I kept sensing a faint killing intent. It made my back prickle and left me with a lump in my throat. I looked around, but found nothing. But I was sure some villain was plotting against this princess. Our first 2 classes today were Chinese, so morning reading was led by the Chinese teacher, too. Our Chinese teacher was a middle-aged woman. She usually looked stern, but today she approached me with a beaming smile. "Zhang Xiaoyu, you are the only student in the entire school with a perfect score. I read your essay. It was very well written. You have been hiding your talent well. You have shocked the entire school this time. Keep it up. Ma'am, I still prefer you when you're fierce and rebellious." The Chinese teacher's smile froze. She took a deep breath. "Study more. Talk less. Remember my words, and they will serve you for life." Someone in the classroom suddenly snorted with laughter. The teacher turned to look, and the reading voices immediately grew louder. She could not find who had laughed, with the teacher taking the lead. The moment class ended, my classmates swarmed around me. "Zhang Xiaoyu, weren't you supposed to be dumb? How did you suddenly become so amazing?" "I know. She must have been reborn. What are the college entrance exam questions? Share them with us. Being reborn means living again, not getting a new brain. She must have been bound to a system. Is your system a top student system? The kind that shocks you if your grades do not improve? Is it possible that I am actually a genius, and I have only been pretending to be stupid all along?" The classmates fell silent at once. A system is more believable. They all shook their heads. They read no fewer novels than I did in private. Jiang Yichen put an arm around my shoulder. "Zhang Xiaoyu is just pretending. I have always known. Liar. Yesterday, you said she stabbed you in the back." The bell rang. My classmates returned to their seats. Moved, I looked at Jiang Yichen, whose ears had turned red with embarrassment. Though he pretended nothing had happened, I clenched my fist and thumped my chest. "Good brother, you are in my heart. Message me if you need anything. I cannot help with big problems. For small ones, I do not want to." Jiang Yichen muttered something. I did not catch it. "What did you say?" "Treat me to some chocolate." Resigned, Jiang Yichen took some chocolate from his drawer and placed it in front of me. "Go on, eat. You little glutton." After a full day of classes, I finally understood what the teacher meant by shocking the school. Nearly every teacher had to praise me. I put my genius-level social skills to work. By the next day, not a single teacher spoke to me anymore. Peace at last. There was an award ceremony after every school-wide exam, so recess exercises were replaced with the award ceremony. Each grade in the school would select the top 3 students by overall score, and the top 3 in each subject. Senior year. First place in Chinese, Zhang Xiaoyu. Thunderous applause erupted below. After taking my certificate, I did not step down. I quietly stood beside the teacher presenting the awards. The teacher reading the names continued. First place in math, Zhang Xiaoyu. So I took another certificate. First place in English, Zhang Xiaoyu. I quietly spoke with the award teacher. Why not just give them all to me? The certificates, I mean. This is pretty awkward. Sure enough, the teacher gave an awkward smile, then handed me the whole stack of certificates. Student Zoo. Whether our school produces the province's top scorer depends on you. Do not worry, sir. No need for formalities. We're family. The school's honor is my honor. Certificates. He looked immensely pleased. Excellent grades. A good temperament. And such a strong sense of responsibility. The school is lucky to have you. The teacher was still reading out awards, but the two of us were already chatting. After first place came second place. The process was the same. Except for me. Everyone else's rankings were quite stable. First, second, and third place were all from our class. After I came down with my certificates, Wang Lexin stared at my certificates in utter despair. This impressive award certificate is gone. I felt a little bad for her, so I discreetly pointed to the boy in third place. Beat him. And that spot will be yours again. Wang Lexin looked at the third place student, her eyes blazing with fighting spirit. Third place is mine. The third place student looked at me helplessly. The resentment in his eyes could have fueled 10 supervillains. I lifted my chin and pretended not to see it. Jiang Yichen smiled warmly. Are you trying to drive a wedge between them? What are you talking about? I am helping everyone improve together. I just used a tiny little tactic, okay? Want to have dinner together tonight? To celebrate? Forget it. I will eat at home. I need to go home and spend time with my parents. When I got home, I looked at the empty living room, and the smile faded from my lips. Annie held a tray of freshly baked egg tarts as she came out of the kitchen. Xiaoyu, you are back. Annie. Will my parents be home tonight? Xiaoyu. Your parents are busy. I smiled. Then I picked up an egg tart and ate it. Wow. Annie, your cooking has gotten even better. It is so delicious. That night, I watched television in the living room in my pajamas. A comedy was playing on television. But I was thinking, I should have just kept pretending to be dumb. Once I revealed my abilities, there was no need to hide them anymore. From then on, Jiang Yichen became the eternal runner-up. Whenever results came out, he'd tell me, just you wait. And as we waited, the college entrance exam was almost upon us. The blackboard read, 45 days until the college entrance exam. He leaned close to me. Xiaoyu, which university are you planning to apply to? The school originally had guaranteed admission spots, but giving one to me would have been a waste. It would be better to give it to another student. I might as well save the masses. The school had not planned to give that spot to me at first, because as long as I was there, the province's top college entrance exam scorer would not come from another school. I was the school's greatest advertisement. As for Jiang Yichen, he said that in a person's lifetime, if you never experience the college entrance exam, what a shame that would be. But as for which university to choose, I had not really thought about it. Jing University, I guess. It is close to my home. Convenient. Jiang Yichen's ears turned red, as if they were about to drip blood. His alluring fox eyes looked at me, shy yet inviting. I was certain he was trying to seduce me. I had seen this tactic plenty of times. The submissive guys in the boys' love comics the kids behind us read were all like that. Jiang Yichen, do you like me? You, what nonsense are you talking about? Who would like you? Even if I, Jiang Yichen, died, or jumped off here, I would never like you. I looked at the 6-inch step beside us. It seemed like he had proven something, yet also proven nothing at all. Either way, it had nothing to do with me. All right, then. Do not like me. I do not want a relationship. Relationships are exhausting. You have to go on dates, go out and have fun together, and meet up. Just thinking about it is annoying. Jiang Yichen looked a little awkward. He looked at the sky and the ground, anywhere but me. Well, Xiaoyu, you do not date just because it feels like too much work. I nodded. I pulled out a bag of chips and began crunching away. He circled me, staring in disbelief. Where did you pull such a huge bag of chips from? Want some? I held out the bag. Jiang Yichen hesitated shyly, then reached over to take some. Someone snatched the bag and threw it on the floor. A little leather shoe viciously crushed the chips. My chips had died in battle. Lin Chuchu's eyes were red with anger. She slapped a form into my face. Jiang Xiaoyu, are you trying to humiliate me? That question sounded strangely familiar. Jiang Yichen had also asked whether I was humiliating him. Both of them were so baffling. Lin Chuchu, what is wrong with you? Why do you keep losing your mind every day? I looked at the form. It was the guaranteed admission list. Let me tell you, I can get into King University on my own merits too. You do not have to look down on me like this. I shook my head earnestly. You child, why are you so immature? Are you studying for me? You are studying for your mother. Do you not know that number 70 to concrete cannot be mixed with egg yolk pies? What are you talking about? I just say whatever comes to mind. Are you two pretending I do not exist? I was so angry. I laughed, and she was the one getting angry. She murdered my chips, and I was not even angry yet. I do not get angry. To me, getting angry takes far too much energy. Sweep up the floor first, then I will hear you out. How dare you order me around? Lin Chuchu's eyes went wide. I turned and walked away. Wait. I will sweep it, all right. I stopped. Then I folded my arms and leaned against the wall. Jiang Yichen copied my pose and stood beside me. Lin Chuchu went to the restroom to get cleaning supplies. She swept while pouting and glaring at me. The school was holding its sports day. Everyone had gone to watch the fun, so the classroom was empty. Lin Chuchu sat across from Jiang Yichen and me. I placed the form in front of me, then tapped the desk with my pen. Lin Chuchu unconsciously sat a little straighter. Go on, then. Start from the beginning and tell me what happened. This morning, I was cheering on the athletes at the field. When a teacher called me to the office, she gave me an application for a guaranteed admission spot. She said it was your idea, so I came to ask you about it. I frowned. Since when was giving her the spot my idea? I do not even know her that well. Besides, this is the school's business. Why would I interfere? So, what exactly do you want from me? I want you to apologize to me. Lin Chuchu gritted her teeth and glared at me furiously. I tossed my pen onto the desk, where it landed with a crisp clack. I leaned back in my chair. First, the school decided who got that spot. I had no part in it. Second, who are you that I would give the spot to you? Who do you think you are? Request denied. Lin Chuchu shot to her feet. Her chair toppled over. She slammed her palm on the desk. Were you not trying to humiliate me? Why would I humiliate you? Because I reported you for cheating. She calmed down. She looked at me, then at Jiang Yichen. He did not tell you? You knew. I just thought. I was afraid it would upset you. So I did not tell you. I looked at him approvingly and gave him a thumbs up. Not bad. That is so sweet. Very thoughtful. Jiang Yichen grinned broadly, flashed his teeth, and made a heart with his hands. I am your cup of tea. Lin Chuchu's mouth twitched. She spoke with utter despair, pretending she was about to throw up. You two are unbearable. I sat back down. I tapped the desk with my pen. Tell me, why are you so hostile toward me? Lin Chuchu would not answer. Jiang Yichen smiled. Because she is second from the bottom in our class. You used to be dead last. Once you started trying, she became dead last. I was very convincing at pretending to be intellectually disabled. I had the worst grades in the whole school. But my parents insisted on giving me a good learning environment. They were afraid I would be bullied, so they found a way to get me into class 1. The teacher feared I would affect everyone else's grades, so she made me Jiang Yichen's desk mate. Jiang Yichen had advanced directly from the middle school division. His grades were excellent. He barely studied at school. To everyone else, he was naturally gifted. But as far as I could tell, he definitely studied in secret. He was completely putting on an act. Every time he slept, his eyelids moved. He was secretly listening. When it came to acting, Jiang Yichen was a newborn. He had a lot to learn. I looked at Lin Chuchu in disappointment. Why do you hate me? You should be thanking me. Thank you? For what? I stared at her without blinking. Then let me ask you, who has the worst grades in our class now? It is you, right? Then let me ask you this. If I had not played dumb and come in below you for 2.5 years, would you not have been last place the entire time? I took the bottom spot for you for 2.5 years. What kind of friendship does that take? Answer me. Look into my eyes. Why do you hate me? Why? Tell me. Why? Baby, why? Lin Chuchu stared in shock. Jiang Yichen stared in shock too. Lin Chuchu thought for a moment. Her face turned bright red, and her voice softened. Then, why did you not keep pretending? And why did you call me baby? You are so annoying. After saying that, she covered her face and ran away. Jiang Yichen rested his head on his hand and tilted his head at me. Why did you call her baby? Playing favorites? I have protected you for so long, and you have been secretly laughing at me all along. No. Jiang Yichen, I have never laughed at you. I am really glad I met you. Let us have dinner together tonight. His eyelashes trembled slightly. His voice was gentle, with a trace of amusement. What is this? Mommy's girl. You are not going home to have dinner with your parents today. It was my first time going out to eat with him. Jiang Yichen had asked me out 36 times. Every time, I said I had to go home and eat with my parents. But they were never home. They each had their own work to do. They would not come home for 10 days or half a month at a time, always staying at the research institute. My older brother and sister had their own things to do, too. They rarely came home. I was the only one in this family, related to every one of them by blood. Our family had never been particularly close. They only showed a little extra concern when it came to me. So I thought, if I acted a little dumber, then, out of concern for me, they might come home more often. Jiang Yichen took me to a private restaurant. He ordered everything I liked. How did you know what I like to eat? Jiang Yichen handed the menu back to the server. We have been deskmates for 3 years. If I still did not know what you like to eat, would that not make me an idiot? No, that is not it. I have been with my parents for 17 years, and they do not even know what I like to eat. I leaned my arms on the table, then tilted my head and leaned close to Jiang Yichen. Jiang Yichen, did you notice my preferences because you like me? Jiang Yichen froze. It was as if he had stopped breathing. His alluring eyes stayed fixed on me. Your heart is beating so fast. Do not get worked up. Do not get worked up. You might drop dead. A knock sounded at the door. The server spoke. Excuse me. Your food is ready. The private room fell utterly silent. Not until the server left and thoughtfully closed the door behind them did Jiang Yichen finally speak in a grave, righteous tone. Zhang Xiaoyu, if you do not like me, then stop flirting with me. Do you know, to someone who likes you? How adorable what you just did was. I did not know how to react. Being praised like that so suddenly felt strangely unfamiliar. But you flirt with me too. Jiang Yichen argued as he ladled soup into my bowl. How is that the same? I am the one who likes you. Of course I should flirt with you. Whether you like me back has nothing to do with it. But you cannot flirt with me. Otherwise, you are just toying with my feelings. That was pure sophistry. Yet, damn it, it made some sense. For a moment, I did not know how to argue back. Jiang Yichen was exceptionally busy throughout the meal. One moment, he was serving me rice. The next, adding more food to my plate. The second I thought a dish was delicious, it was moved in front of me the next moment. By the end of the meal, I was so stuffed I had to lean back in my chair. Jiang Yichen, let us eat together again tomorrow. I like having someone eat with me. Eating alone is too lonely. Annie had people waiting for her at home. So once she finished cooking, she could go home. But I could only stay alone in that house, silent enough to be frightening. A new emotion appeared in Jiang Yichen's eyes as he looked at me. All right, eating with you makes me very happy. Little fish, please keep honoring me with your company at meals. It had clearly been my request, but he made it sound as if I was the one calling the shots. He saw through my act, then looked away, pretending he had noticed nothing. Jiang Yichen had always been so kind. When my parents first shoved me into this class, my classmates mocked and excluded me. They said I had single-handedly dragged down the class average. They called me a stupid rich girl who got in through connections. Jiang Yichen stood up for me. So what if she is stupid? Is she living off your money? You have the nerve to bully people, but not the ability to improve your own grades. You are all pathetic. He was tall and powerfully built, and he got great grades. The others did not dare provoke him, so they had no choice but to leave me alone. Later, perhaps everyone decided I was not so bad, and their hostility gradually faded, though no one became my friend either, except Jiang Yichen. Annie was getting old, and my parents did not want to dismiss her just like that, so they had her come over in the evenings to cook dinner. My parents gave me money to buy my own breakfast, but I did not buy any. By second period, my stomach was growling with hunger. Jiang Yichen asked whether I had forgotten breakfast. I casually brushed him off. My family is poor. My parents work and never come home. There is nothing to eat. Anyone would know I was joking. After all, I got into the best class of the best school through connections. There was no way my family was poor. But from that day on, Jiang Yichen brought me all kinds of breakfast every day. The first thing he did upon entering class was make me eat breakfast. Early the next morning, I frowned at the 2 breakfasts on my desk. Jiang Yichen, you insolent servant. You are actually trying to get revenge by feeding me until I am fat. How utterly vicious. Jiang Yichen pressed his palms together and bowed to me. Your Highness, this servant begs you to read fewer novels. The other one is from Lin Chuchu. It has nothing to do with me. I looked toward Lin Chuchu, and our eyes met at once. In a panic, she grabbed the book on her desk, pretending nothing had happened. She was even holding it upside down. I opened the breakfast Lin Chuchu had given me. Jiang Yichen spoke in a sarcastic tone beside me. Well, looks like I picked a bad time to bring mine. My hand trembled, and I tore a hole in the bag. My instinct for banter made me reply without thinking. Oh. What do you mean by that? If I had known she was bringing you breakfast, I would not have brought any. That left me even more confused. She brings it today, and I will bring it tomorrow. If we take turns like that, you will not get to full, or go to hungry. Lin Chuchu's breakfast was not as good as Jiang Yichen's. I had no idea where Jiang Yichen bought his breakfast. There was not even a logo on the bag. Jiang Yichen, I have never asked. Where do you buy your breakfast? Our private chef makes it. Why? His family's private chef. What an absurdly upscale phrase. My family had always valued thrift, especially since my parents were researchers. They practically had the word frugal stamped on their foreheads. Are you a rich kid? No. I let out a sigh of relief. You worry your friends might be struggling, but you also fear they might drive a Land Rover. My family has been wealthy for 6 generations. Damn it. He really had to show off. He was actually living the role of a wealthy heir. I looked at him without expression. What you just said, I will pretend I did not hear it. Do not ever mention it again. Jiang Yichen's college choices were exactly the same as mine. The college entrance exams came soon enough. Jiang Yichen pressed a lucky charm into my hand. Quick, touch it while you can. May the god of literature bless you. I looked around the exam site. There were students, teachers, and parents everywhere. Jiang Yichen, did your family not come to support you? My family is very busy. If they do not work hard to make money, what am I supposed to spend? Little fish, everyone has their own life. If your feelings are not returned, you need to learn to let go. Light shimmered in his eyes. Maybe I had been too stubborn. I had always wanted the whole family to be together. So I made mistakes. Played dumb. Just to bring them all together. But just as Jiang Yichen said, everyone has their own life. My parents poured all their energy into their research. They were doing important work. I did not dare resent them, because it would make me seem selfish. My brothers and sisters were not close to our parents either, so they were rarely home. I had a big family, but it still felt so small. Maybe it was time for me to grow up. Jiang Yichen and I went to the same university. When we received our admission letters, he called me. Little fish, you do not need to feel down anymore. I can bring you breakfast for another 4 years. Jiang Yichen, do me a favor. Name it. Go dye your hair blonde and pretend to be my boyfriend. After hanging up, I called all my brothers and sisters. I have a major life announcement. Get home now. The 4 of them gathered in the living room. I had already sent Annie home early. Eldest brother adjusted his gold-rimmed glasses. Go on. What trouble are you stirring up this time? Third brother was dressed all in black. He took off his mask and cap, looking like he had just stolen a dog. Second sister was still on the phone. She had just hung up. I do not have much time. Spit it out. Fourth sister flipped through a document in her hands, without saying a word. I am in a relationship. My boyfriend has blonde hair. Clatter. The document fell to the floor. The 4 of them wore identical expressions of shock. Eldest brother frowned. Little fish, isn't your rebellious phase coming a little late? Eldest brother, we are truly in love. I am afraid Mom and Dad will not approve. Please help me. Third brother's lips twitched. My gut says you are up to no good. After I pleaded with them, they finally agreed. But once I told them my plan, all four of their faces darkened at once. Eldest brother laughed in fury, his voice chillingly dark. I am gay. I am a lesbian? Third brother and fourth sister looked at each other, then rolled their eyes at one another. What a brilliant plan you have. You date a blonde guy, then make us come out first to soften mom and dad up? You really are a genius. Mom and dad supported each other, their faces full of grief. You are gay? Eldest brother nodded. I nodded in satisfaction. You are a lesbian? Second sister closed her eyes, grinding her back teeth so hard they nearly cracked. Yes. When it came to third brother and fourth sister, mom and dad nearly blacked out. They clutched their chest and took deep breaths. Dad gazed up at the sky at a 45-degree angle. What sin has this family committed? What a disgrace for this family. With so many children, is there not one normal one among you? Mom looked at me, standing obediently to one side. Little fish. You are not hiding anything from mom and dad, are you? Little fish. You are not hiding anything from mom and dad, are you? I hunched my neck. I am dating someone. Mom's lips trembled. She cautiously asked, Is your partner a man? Not with a man. He is from Beijing. Oh, he is from Henan. What a relief. What a relief. Mom, my boyfriend has blonde hair. Will you be prejudiced against him? My parents were very open-minded. What is wrong with blonde hair? Hair color does not define character. He sounds like a fine young man. Not bad at all. When will you bring him home? Mom and dad will check him out for you. Mom, dad, do not blame my brothers and sisters either. They are just lacking affection, so they briefly lost their way. As long as you show them more care, they will surely change. Yichen, come to my house tomorrow. Make it flashy. Bring luxury cars, bodyguards, everything. Make a grand entrance. As you command. My queen. I will make sure it is flawless. Over the next few days, mom and dad finally set aside some of their work and paid some attention to the family. My brothers and sisters were not used to it, but I could see their secret delight. They were different from me because I played dumb and because I was the youngest. I received some affection, but they had never experienced that. For as long as I could remember, they had always been so independent. Even when they felt lonely from the lack of companionship, they never showed it. When they were still very young, they had already learned how to be adults. At first, I did not understand my parents. Why did they have me after already having so many children? Mom said it was to pass on their excellent genes, though I planned to learn to let go. Before that, I wanted my brothers and sisters to feel their family's love too. The process was a little roundabout, but at least I achieved my goal. A few days away from work would not make much difference. Yet the sunlight they had longed for but could never reach in childhood eventually dried the hidden dampness they could never put into words. The show had begun, so naturally we had to see it through. The day Yichen came to visit, he made quite an entrance. More than 10 luxury cars parked outside. Bodyguards stood by the doors. Yichen stepped out in a custom-tailored suit. Wasn't he supposed to be blonde? Where is his souped-up scooter? Where are his tacky loafers? Where is his cheesy tracksuit? Third brother asked the questions that truly mattered. I pointed at his eye-catching hair. Isn't that it? I said he was blonde. I never said he was some tacky punk. Yichen set aside his usual casual manner and behaved with impeccable manners. Mr. and Mrs. Jiang, brothers and sisters. Hello. I am Little Fish's boyfriend. We only made our relationship official after the college entrance exams. I did not come to introduce myself right away, so please forgive me. Behind him stood dozens of female attendants in Qibao, lined up with gifts in their hands. See, kids from truly wealthy families are simply different from a nouveau rich family. My family was nouveau rich. We only got rich because fourth sister started a company, so it was only natural that we had no class. But why was he not following the script? You are Jiang, right? What does your family do? My family runs a small business. A small business? What kind of business exactly? You are Little Fish's boyfriend. If you need it, I would not mind helping you out. Thank you, Miss Jiang. If the opportunity arises, we could work together. His father is Jiang Wenheng. Jiang Wenheng? The man who only had to stomp his foot to make all of Beijing tremble? Fourth sister's hand shook, and she nearly spilled her tea. After calming her shock, she looked at me with a smile that was not a smile. The room happened to be silent when I spoke, so everyone heard me clearly. Sharp gazes turned on me. As the saying goes, you do not hit someone who is smiling at you. I immediately flashed them a toothy grin. Wait, why did they look even angrier? Still, Jiang Yichen was a master at socializing. After spending some time together, Mom and Dad were thrilled with him. My brothers and sisters were utterly numb. And not just them. I was numb, too. Something was not right here. I walked him out myself, then pulled him aside once we were outside. Hey, punk. You changed the script without permission, did you? What happened to acting arrogant and looking down on everyone? According to the script, you were supposed to be completely rude, so my family would force me to break up with you. Got it. Jiang Yichen smiled faintly. Little fish, you are so cruel. You want me to push you away with my own hands. How is that any different from slowly cutting me to pieces? My lips twitched. You are such a pain. Forget it. Let us leave things like this for now. We can find an excuse to split up later. Why should we break up? Do you feel uncomfortable around me? Not really. I feel quite comfortable, actually. Have you been forcing yourself? I had to admit it. I had always been completely myself around him. No, I have not. Then do you hate me? How could I? I could never hate you. There you have it. You do not like putting yourself out. And my family happens to be rich. You do not need to lift a finger. You do not enjoy socializing. And I happen to be great at it. We complement each other perfectly. Besides, I am practically a latchkey kid. My parents spend all year away on business or traveling. They do not bother with me. So they definitely will not bother with you. See how perfect we are together. We are made for each other. If you meet Jiang Yichen, you should marry him. What is wrong with you? He had me laughing in exasperation. Who quotes someone else's ad slogan halfway through a confession? Is he not afraid of getting sued for copyright infringement? We will see. But we agreed. You still owe me for years of breakfast. When I got home, my brothers and sisters stood in the corner, looking as though life had lost all meaning. With Mom and Dad gone, a single clear tear slid down third brother's face. If we'd known he was tall, rich, and handsome, why were we pretending to be gay or faking a forbidden sibling romance? One clapped enthusiastically. That was a great performance. You are guaranteed to win Best Actor. Little fish, you have really gone too far this time. Why did you do this? I just keep thinking about how. Big brother, even when you were sick, you never told Mom and Dad. Second sister handled things herself when she got into fights. Third brother never told Mom and Dad when he was bullied. Fourth sister pretended nothing happened even when she was hurt. Her. So I thought, we are family. Whatever I have, I want all of you to have too. Though maybe you do not need it anymore. Little fish, why are you so wonderful? Deep down, a part of them never fully grew up. That corner, drenched in endless rain, still carried the stench of rot. They had seemed impatient these days. But I knew them too well. I knew they had enjoyed it. For a family like ours, love was a luxury. When everyone chose to be rational, feelings became something cast aside. All for this. That is why you put on this whole act. Mom and Dad stood in the doorway. Dad looked at me, his gaze complicated. Mom, Dad, I love you very much. My brothers and sisters love you, too. But you truly do not know how to love anyone. I was only lucky enough to receive a little of it. I think, if I go to the institute and leave you for a while, it will not cause much of a problem, will it? People who have never been loved find it very hard to love others. The environment Mom and Dad grew up in was harsher than the one my brothers and sisters knew. The environment Mom and Dad grew up in was harsher than the one my brothers and sisters knew. That is why they did not know how to love my brothers and sisters. And my brothers and sisters learned to be the same way. I am the clever one, after all. So let me be the bridge. Let me briefly build a bridge for this absurd kind of love. Little fish, I only learned how to love because of you. I want to change. I just do not know if it is too late. It is not. It is never too late. Because I have been waiting for this day all along. So you and Jiang Yichen were just acting? Fourth sister asked rationally. Just then, my phone started ringing. Jiang Yichen's name flashed on the screen. I waved my phone, smiling brightly. Maybe it was not entirely an act. After everyone received their admission letters, our class held a party. Chuchu proudly held up her admission letter at me. Even without a guaranteed admission spot, I still got into Tsinghua University. I clapped with a blank expression. Oh, wow. Aren't you amazing? Chuchu stomped her foot. Just say what you mean. Why are you being so sarcastic? You still have not paid me back for stepping on my chips. So I cannot be sarcastic. Chuchu froze. Her angry expression suddenly broke into laughter. I will buy you some later. A whole truckload. I will buy enough to stuff you sick. When we got to the private room, we had barely sat down. When Wang Lexin came in holding hands with the fourth-place student, they were all lovey-dovey. It was obvious they were dating. Wang Lexin looked incredibly proud. See, how amazing am I? Third place and fourth place are both mine. The unassuming ones always pull off the biggest moves in silence. During dinner, I remembered something. Jiang Yichen, I think I misheard you before. You definitely did not say chocolate, did you? Jiang Yichen peeled a shrimp and placed it on my plate. What I said was, who wants to be your buddy? But I heard it as, I want to treat you to chocolate. I picked up the peeled shrimp and put it in my mouth. I chewed and chewed. We do not have to be buddies either. His hand paused as he peeled another shrimp. You mean, you are saying yes? Yes. Maybe it was because the shrimp tasted especially good that day. The breeze was gentle. The sun was not harsh at all. When I left home, Mom and Dad told me to stay safe. All of a sudden, I wanted to date him.